All right, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for watching our show. We're now doing our post-show. We got a little bit peckish, so we are going to be enjoying some food of a indeterminate brand.
Indeterminate brand.
Yeah. You might be seeing me eat nachos. I'm neither going to confirm nor deny they are nachos. Anyway, for our topics today, we're going to go over to our member Spencer Reese. Spencer's going to go over some topics for us to discuss today. Spencer. Some good nachos.
Hey everyone, is the camera on me? Alright, cool. Hey, sorry. So anyways. Hey everyone, I guess I'm the topic master. So the session went pretty great. I think we could all start off with maybe like just a session review. We could all talk about it, and then I think a really great one for our first post stream would be talking about all of our experiences with tabletop like role playing games, just where we started and what's our kind of experience with it. But first off, we need to introduce somebody who's now on camera, Mr. Max Powers.
Hi there.
He's our AV Tech.
Sure,
yeah. He's the guy.
He's our producer.
Yeah, sure. No. Yes.
What does a producer do? I don't know.
He produces.
He produces. So big special thank you to Max for being our man behind the screen and telling us about. We had somebody in chat earlier who said that when me and Justin put our arms around each other side to side, it looked like we were docking, and I really appreciate that comment.
one baked goods one. I don't know who that is.
Nice.
But,
So anyways, let's do session review. What'd you guys think? How to kind of go and stuff like that.
So that was my first session ever DMing/GMing. Like, I've always been a player until then. So that, like, to me, like, it had some of its challenges, like, because sometimes as a player I check out a little bit. So as a DM, like, it's like, all right, like, I gotta be, like, hyper-focused on everything. Which is why, Justin, when you started sounding like Morgan Freeman, I kind of got lulled into, like, not listening to you anymore. Which I'm sorry about. But, like, in my defense, you literally sounded like Morgan Freeman, and I thought I was watching a documentary. In a good way, in the best possible way
and
ever.
Then I chose the
Alright, if
Mage
anything,
Crash.
the documentarian sober person I sounded like most was David Attenborough. But
I wouldn't go that
that's
far.
fine. Oh, okay.
Because that dude's like a hashtag legend.
Throwing shade on Morgan Freeman right now.
Well, I mean, Morgan Freeman's a legend too. They're both legends, but like, I mean, David Attenborough, though.
I don't know. I think I would choose Morgan Freeman's voice.
Yeah, but everyone would pick Morgan Freeman.
Alright, new topic. If you had to choose between David Attenborough and Morgan Freeman as a voice, who would you choose? Dan, go.
David Attenborough.
Spencer, go. Morgan Freeman. Justin, go.
I completely forgot the question.
Max, go.
Freeman.
Alright, Justin, would you pick either David Attenborough or Morgan Freeman as your voice, if you had to choose one of the two?
I don't want to choose between. I don't like this question. I don't want this question. No. Let's do.
This isn't like a Gallup poll, Justin. You can't just say undecided.
Undecided.
I can say undecided.
No, this isn't America. This is Hydronia.
Well, okay. Can I hear it at the same time? Because like Morgan Freeman. Because maybe I'm having like a rough job. Maybe
In
like
the summer of
Justin,
1947,
that power didn't hit
Yolanda
was
punched
beside
Justin
him.
in the face.
The poop
Yeah.
that took a pee.
But also, I think it would make
So-
light of any time I have any intrusive thoughts. No one likes you, Justin. People just tolerate your friendship. You know what, Morgan Freeman? What do you know? That doesn't sound good from you.
So you want an external dialogue just so that you can refute the external dialogue?
Yeah. I want the external dialogue by this internal dialogue set up by Morgan Freeman's voice.
Okay.
So I can have like extra,
I fucking love it. I mean, I freaking love it.
Nah, you fucking love it. I fucking love it too.
Oh my god.
That's another thing. I mean, we can talk
So
about
much
the
editing
podcast.
to do later.
That is, yeah.
I don't want to talk down about the name. I really love the name of the world.
Hydronia?
Let's
Yeah,
get off, let's,
but
get off,
I-
let's get off the topic of David Attenborough.
We were off it already.
Yeah. I'm talking about Hydronia. Yeah. So I'm not talking down about Hydronia, but Hydronia sounds like Hydro Narnia. So did you take us to the water version of Narnia?
No. I literally was. Basically, what was happening is I was on the toilet this morning, and I was thinking, I was like, what would be a name for like a water world?
Where does this go?
And I was like, all right, what's the
Water
root word of water? And it was like hydro. I'm like, Hydroopolis? Nah. Hydro land? No. Hydronia. There you go. That's literally how it happened.
Nice.
So,
Shower thoughts.
Dan, it's your first time DMing. What's your prior experience tabletop?
So, pretty much has been with Spencer and Justin like the whole time. I don't think I've ever not played with one of you two. The first one we did, Justin was DM, and me and Spencer were playing. I think Chris was playing with us, a couple other guys. I played a Shardmine Invoker. That was fun.
That was your
D&D.
first one? I forgot that was your first one.
Yeah, that one was the first one. My second one was the Barbarian, and then we did like a Star Wars D&D, like a Star Wars fantasy game.
I remember that.
And I played as a Hutt.
Nope.
This wasn't even a playable character. We homebrewed a character of a Hutt that was just on a platform, that like a hovering platform. It's basically just like imagine like a skid, like you walk into a Costco and they have those like big like platforms. Yeah, like one of those, just a Hutt on one of those floating with turrets. And he was like the best pilot. Like he took all of the piloting stuff that he could. So that, like, if we ever got, like, chased by stuff, like, I just basically insta-succeeded on piloting stuff. Which ended up being, like, not helpful at all. Because, like, we never got into space battles.
We never got, yeah.
Then we did, like, a Marvel one. But we were all villains because we all wanted to be evil.
Oh, yeah.
I played as Captain Ireland, which was basically Bane, but alcohol. That was fun.
I remember that.
And then now we're doing a session that we play on Saturdays that I'm
It's pretty a bit more classic, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm playing as an Ashmere monk. This is like an angel monk, which is pretty cool. What about you, Max? What is your...
Let's see, my first time playing D&D was, 3 weeks ago?
Nice. I didn't realize that was your first time.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it before, and I knew a lot of people that did it. My sister played it for a while, and I don't know if she still does or not, maybe. But I knew what it was about. I just never actually sat down and done it. I still don't entirely get a lot of the internal mechanics, but the overall gist was made pretty clear. How, a game can be divided into half a dozen textbooks, that's just crazy to me. Like, just how involved this game really is.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
It's pretty short-lived, for me at least.
3.5.
Just
like 3 dozen.
Jeez.
Yeah. How many...
Crazy.
They added so much to 3.5, and that's why a lot of people still play it, right? So
Yeah, and then there were the monthly, like, whatever the D&D magazines. And they'd have extra stuff in there. It was crazy.
I didn't realize they had a
Because you could be
magazine.
like,
That makes
whatever.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had tons of classes for everything.
What about you, Spencer?
So, my experience with Dungeons and Dragons, the first time I ever played was...
Well, not just D&D, but just any fantasy game.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess in general, so fantasy. So, I think the first kind of like... Because I played nothing but like shooter games up until college. And I have to say, one of my first games I ever branched out with, like, into the role-playing genre... Or at least diverging. Sorry, I'm so gassy right now. It was Zelda, like The Legend of Zelda, which isn't like a role-playing game,
You
but
didn't get
like
into Zelda until college?
yeah,
Weird.
Yeah, it took it. I played nothing but like Halo and Gears of War throughout high school.
That makes sense. Like,
yeah,
two of the greatest games.
My freshman year, I played Ocarina of Time for the first time, and I hated it. I hated it because I didn't understand it, and only
the Ocarina of Time, Her Majesty.
Yeah. Now hold up.
Jermaine.
Ocarina of House Time.
I enjoy it now. I enjoy it greatly. But here's the funny thing: Skyward Sword. I played Skyward Sword after that. And I know it's for casuals, but it's what got me into Zelda because I figured out the mechanics of like how the game was set up, and it just opened my world. And so I started branching out to other games and started playing more like role-playing video games. Oh wait, no, that was my first experience. My first experience was World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah.
So that was like the first time I ever like I understood like classes like a mage and DPS and tanking and healing, stuff like that. Like that was I played World of Warcraft my sophomore year of high school, 2008 or 2009, right around there. And that's when it first opened up. But then I never touched anything else. I played WoW for like a couple years, and then I just didn't touch anything of the sort. And then when I started playing Zelda, that's when I started branching off into Mass Effect and Dragon Age and stuff like that. So,
did you ever play Wind Waker?
I did. Yeah, I played all the 3D Zeldas and a couple of the 2D.
That was my favorite Zelda.
Yeah, it's really good.
Wind Waker was like.
But specifically, tabletop games was halfway through college. I met Chris, the same one who DM'd when Dan first started, and he got me. We started on 4th edition. Which, for anybody who knows anything about 4th edition, it's they took like the role playing kind of like loosey goosey feel of it, and they just were just like, it's a board game now. We play with a board, and there are board rules, and that's like how we try to play. And it's just very different from like 5th edition, which is what I currently play. And I think I only played like 3.5 once. I don't even remember the rules. But like I played, that was like my first experience, and my very first character was a dwarf cleric of Paylor, and he got into a gay relationship. Yeah, but he also got into a gay relationship with an NPC, and that's how he wrote off the character. It was really cute.
He just got married, he found a life, and just went on.
Yeah.
He settled down.
Yeah, he settled down. It was really cute.
He caught an
it was
arrow
really
from
nice.
me.
Yeah, so that was really nice. It was like only like 5 sessions we played, but on the fifth session, that's how my character exited stage left. So it's pretty cute. But then after that, it was funny because we played with Chris for a while, and I don't mean to like talk down about different DMing styles, but like he never prepared anything beforehand, and that was coming up with like a lot of the issues with like doing that. So I remember having this huge desire to play D&D, and like Chris would kind of like prepare stuff. We created a world, like we created our own little world in like our session group, but Chris never like had stuff prepared. So it was always just improv, and we didn't really know what was going on. So then I volunteered to be the DM, and the whole group loved it. We did that for 2 years, up until this past fall, where we did an entirely homebrew campaign. It was me, Justin, and like a few other people who like, including Chris, who like went through this kind of world and did a whole bunch of stuff. I designed all the dungeons, the creatures. The players made like what the factions of the world were, but I kind of like fleshed things out. So that was tons of fun. So I DM'd for 2 years. Then that group broke up. So early this year,
Sounds like a band.
yeah, they broke up. Earlier this year,
On hiatus.
our fraternity, which we're all a part of the fraternity, Theta Xi, yeah. So decided to do the starter kit. Oh, did you not want to talk about that, Justin?
No, I mean, again, licensing rights.
Oh, okay.
I'll email Amy. She'll be fine.
So they ran through the starter kit. So once again, for the very first time, I returned to Phandalin as a level 1 character, and I played through that. And then Adam, who was the DM, which he'll probably be on the show. Oh wait, no, he won't. Never mind. One of our fraternity brothers, Adam, stepped down from being DM and wanted somebody else to take over. So I volunteered, and now we're running through the Tomb of Annihilation. And that's what me, Dan, Justin, and Max, who just started playing, have been playing. So
It's a grand old time.
yeah, Justin, what's been your experience with tabletop RPGs, or just RPGs in general, I guess? Since I started talking about video games.
And if you need to, hold on to go back to the Smithsonian for this, that's fine.
Yeah, so I started when I was like a junior in high school.
Oh, wow.
They had high schools back then?
They had...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's just too...
Yeah. It did. Hard to believe. But yeah, so we started playing that, and it was 3.5. My first character was a dual fighting style ranger.
Wow.
Half elf. Yeah.
That's super cool.
It was. I should have picked a
Like Legolas?
3-5 druids were crazy. They got like an animal companion right off the bat, and if you picked the animal, like one of the animal companions you could pick was the jaguar, which had sneak attack for some reason.
Ha!
I mean, that makes sense because they're like sneaky.
It depends on the
So you were just this. You could wild shape and then like twin form jaguar. Dual rogues. It was ridiculous.
Was on the same level as a pun?
No. I've never actually seen one. I've only heard stories.
Puns.
Yeah, so those for anybody who's watching or listening to this, that is like what's a pun. A pun is this way you can play these little creatures called. They're like little lizard men, and you could basically turn it into a genie with a few feats after like level 10 or something like that. It was ridiculous, and you basically got wish time. They're not. Don't.
It's pretty powerful.
Other DMs watching this, don't ever let your characters come close to doing that.
Yeah.
What about a spatiomancer, though? What about a spatiomancer?
Oh, I saw that thing. That homebird. They're like, oh, the spaceman's.
Yeah.
And then I get to like rewind time. It's basically your what is that game? What was it, Prince of Persia? Is that right?
Oh yeah, that where you rewind time. Yep, that's Prince of Persia.
Oh yeah. Oh, like
There were a
when
lot
you
of,
make
like,
like you would
time
like fall off a cliff, right?
Yeah, and you'd be like,
Yeah,
oh
you'd be
no,
like,
this didn't happen.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
What?
Or it's like the Izanagi from Naruto Shippuden.
Or what they did
Yeah.
with the recovery in Sekiro recently. If you played Sekiro,
I haven't actually.
It's
I'm a huge fan of Dead Souls or Dark Souls. And I haven't played it, so
I've watched people play it. I haven't actually had a controller on it yet, but I've heard it's really good. But yeah, they added in just like an optional revive. Obviously it comes at a cost, but
that's super cool.
yeah.
Anyway, so Justin, continue on with your history.
Well, no, and then took a little break and started playing some 4th Ed when I was in San Francisco, and then I met you guys. So I play like adult.
Yeah. So, fun fact. I won't say where Justin is Skyping from, but he's on the West Coast, and we're like Midwest over here.
We're in Eastern time.
Yeah, we're on Eastern time. So,
We're in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
That definitely made a lot of complications with making the stream start.
Yeah. It
was a decent struggle.
It is surprisingly difficult to do a stream when somebody else is trying to Skype in, because you think, oh, I can just put like this video here and this video here. Doesn't work like that. And getting audio hooked up to, and then also trying to share the screen with like the person who's Skyping in. Oh man.
The way that we found our way out is having him Skype in and Discord in at the same time. The whole process, I think, takes 5 separate devices.
Yep.
And then a capture off of it, like a video chat from one of them.
Yep.
So and then rerouting audio in 5 different directions. So
Um,
made it work.
So the one thing I kind of want to move on to, we talked about our own experiences within games. Wait, were you done? I'm sorry, were you not done?
No. I said that's the important part. They weren't. That's the important part. Anyway, Dan, no, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, well, no, were you done telling your story though?
Your backstory.
Yes, I am done telling my tragic backstory.
Your tragic backstory. Oh, my parents died when I was really young.
I met your parents.
By a demon king.
Your parents are like really
and
nice
I was born
people.
half elf. Half angel, half demon. Torn between
They're both
two
normal people from Georgia.
Never quite knowing where I'm from.
I had a wife once,
No, you
but that
didn't.
demon killed her
You have
too.
a fiance. You don't have a wife. You have a fiance.
Nothing else.
God.
We literally saw her in the stream about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, Dan. And now that we're done being edgelords,
Wouldn't that be a crazy concept? This guy that you're just a crazy guy who becomes like this fighter who can't believe that his wife left him, and he's insistent that she got kidnapped by some unknown.
But she's
being.
right there.
Yeah.
I feel like
the town grocer.
Yeah.
Buying.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like every.
My God! I had to get eggs.
I feel like that's like every like stereotypical like 80s and 90s like show. There's like at least one guy who's like, yeah, like usually the town sheriff or something. Like their wife is obviously off banging the doctor or something, and they're just out being a sheriff, protecting the town.
Nah, my wife Millie, she's just really close friends. My good friend Billy
with
Joe.
her gynecologist.
Yeah.
There were
Really
a lot
good
of
friends.
single
Really
dad
good
sitcoms,
friends.
like the early 90s.
What, 2.5 Men?
Well, no.
Maybe
I'm
about
talking
2000s,
about late 80s.
There's suggestions on here.
There was I guess so. That was 80s. It's 80. Yeah. Who's the boss?
Justin, just so you know, your Discord audio's going out.
No.
Yeah.
Better now.
That doesn't.
If I put the mic in my mouth. Oh
God. Oh God. Oh no. What's going on?
He's putting the mic in his mouth.
Oh no.
And I'm the only one who's hearing that audio.
I need to go rinse with vodka. I'll be back.
What were you gonna say, Dan? Forever ago.
Anyways.
That was so much ruckus.
So for this, I know we've made a lot of mentions to Dungeons and Dragons. And I know we've made a lot of mentions to other games. So this game, a couple notable differences between this and Dungeons and Dragons. This is not Faerun. This is Hydronia. We're also working off of a different class system. So I can go in a little bit more based on that. We're actually kind of making a new tabletop game. So, yeah, we are. So, that's coming along nicely. More details will be unfolded as, they're playing, but, you might have caught, oh, hey, what was, a seer? What was a martial artist? Why couldn't they play, monk or cleric? Basically, to me, it doesn't make sense, and to a lot of us, it doesn't make sense that, you come into a video game and you just magically know how to be a cleric. Spencer gets poofed into a game, he wouldn't just know how to be a cleric, right? Something like that takes, a lot of time and energy to, figure out how to do that. Whereas, martial artist, you could, you punch people pretty good, that's reasonably a level 1 skill, right? So, as they progress in the game, they will add on other classes to their first class, and that will create new classes. So you'll have to stick around and find out what they class into
next week.
Well, that's going to be a while. Because you got to get to the certain level to get to advanced, and then you got to get to the master.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, I'd say probably a couple weeks for that, and then long. It's at least 10 levels from advanced to master. So
yeah, it's a lot. So, anyways, it started off as Dan's idea for this was really just kind of like starting a game where, what if like people just got stuck in a game? Well, they got stuck in.
They
like,
get isekai.
Yeah, they magically appear.
Which, in my defense, real quick, okay, I'm gonna handle Justin's question, and then I'm gonna go to my sidebar, and then I'm gonna go to my apology for interrupting you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Justin, isekai is a word. It's a Japanese word for a genre, basically where people get transported from one world into another. Think Konosuba, think Overlord as far as animes.
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online.
Inuyasha.
Oh.
Yeah, Inuyasha,
Wow.
kind of, yeah.
There's just
Digimon. Digimon's technically an isekai.
They definitely go into the
They
digital
get
world.
isekai'd. Yeah, they go into a different world.
Digimon. Digital monsters.
Does that make sense? It's a genre where people get transported from one world to another.
Digimon, but yeah.
Okay,
Good.
well, I'm glad I thought
I'm
of that.
glad we included that one
For
again.
those
Yeah,
of
that-
you who Digimon...
buzzword Digimon.
Tron. Tron is the word that we're looking for. It's like Tron.
A little bit. More Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, for all you baby boomers out there. Anyway. What?
How'd they put the man in the computer?
Moo.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Moo, moo, moo,
They're
moo, moo.
in the computer?
Shut up. Anyway. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
Good.
Then I was going to go to
Isekai.
my side thing. Yeah, explain that. Then I was going to go to my side thing, but what was my side thing?
I believe
Sidebar and then
I
you're
believe
gonna-
there was an
What was-
apology to me in
No,
there.
but we need to figure out what the sidebar was before...
You told Justin what an isekai was. Then you were talking
Oh,
about
yeah, in my defense, I didn't know what the isekai genre is. I didn't know that that was a genre at all. I had not seen Konosuba. I had not seen...
Overlord. Oh, well, you've seen Overlord.
I had seen Overlord. But I had not seen Konosuba. I had not seen, like, a lot of the isekai. Like, I didn't even know that was, like, a thing. I did not see Isekai Quartet.
Saga
I did not
Tanya
see...
the Evil.
Tanya the Evil. I did not see ReZero. So... This was just like my original idea for this was, what if Spencer and Justin and I literally went into a D&D game as ourselves. And this is what it transformed into. There we go.
Here we are.
Now, sorry for interrupting you.
As the prophecy.
I don't remember what I was talking about. We were talking about something.
We
Ideas.
were talking about Isekai.
Yeah.
So I had the idea for...
Oh yeah. So it started out as just kind of like your idea of like transporting me and Justin into this game, and then it evolved into, well, we were trying to make new classes and trying to be like, well, what would we realistically be in this world?
Mm-hmm.
What would our stats entail? And it just kind of evolved into us just creating a new like role playing game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't know their stats.
Yep. No.
None of their stats, none of that. Like, they don't know...
We know our HP and our experience now.
Yeah. I mean, I will, like, basically tell them in-game, like... I mean, they're going to know what feats they have, because, like... Or what feats they're going to get. But, like... Yeah. You know, the whole thing with Justin not knowing, like, what his spells were, that's pretty funny to me. So...
I know some things. Not all of it.
What?
Dan's
Oh,
been
just
sharing
okay.
secrets with
A
Max
little bit.
behind
Awesome.
our back.
I like it.
I'm an NPC, dude. You come to me when you need a melon.
Oh.
Or a shoe. Like a single shoe. Not two shoes, but like a
A
single shoe.
melon for a shoe. Welcome to
Well, yeah, I mean, they
Use
don't...
a shoe.
Yeah,
Five-
can we also
five
talk
times
about...
the AV
You
guy,
guys
he can
spent...
Can
do
we
a
have?
shoe.
I mean, we
two
literally-
stories that don't belong together. Can that be a thing in this universe?
Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like yogurt
Like,
and
welcome
textiles.
to Hammers and
Hammers and what?
Can we just talk about the fact
Hammers
that
and
I
pillows?
had...
Hammers
We
and
got all your
Hammers
hammer
and-
and pillow needs.
It's a pretty dangerous combination, to be honest with you.
Oh, sorry, we're in the wrong section. I didn't mean
We're on the
that.
wrong store.
Yeah.
We are looking.
Excuse me, where are the pillows? Oh, they're over there.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, these are
Looking
hammers.
for belts and chainsaws.
I was just sitting here thinking, man, these pillows look really strange.
Shit, I was looking for mattresses and pliers.
Yeah.
I was looking for Swedish cuisine and furniture. Oh, this is IKEA.
Those meatballs, though.
Took my wife out to lobster and shotgun shells. That was a great time.
Yeah. They had lobster meat and shotgun shells.
I love lobsters and shotgun shells. They're the best lobsters. The shotgun shells,
They're okay. They're a little crunchy.
Yeah, can we just talk about the fact that
They
we haven't I had a whole other encounter for you guys.
Yep.
You guys were supposed to have 2 combats.
But I spent a lot of time on not having shoes.
Yeah, you guys were really concerned about not only whether or not you had shoes, but also doing a Turing test on pretty much every fucking NPC you met.
I mean, it was pretty...
Yes, you did! Yes, you did!
I was fine with it. I was
Wilhelm!
not doing the Turing test. I was just like, Wilhelm, you tell me what's going on.
He was very robotic. He was very robotic. We had to test him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's just a weird character.
Yeah. Finger guns.
Did you guys like how I was like literally just like
Yes.
talking normally but
Yes.
finger guns?
At first, I was
the
like, man, he's like really keeping his hands up above the playing thing, and then I was just like, oh, this is the thing.
This is a thing. This is Wilhelm. This is what he does.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, it's like
He's a tutorial NPC.
Yeah.
He had to get your guys' attention somehow. Yeah, I literally was like, in my notes, I was like, alright, I need a tutorial NPC that's not Yolanda. Okay. His name is Wilhelm. And my brain literally was just like, claptrap finger guns. Okay. And that's like, I was like, yeah, this could work.
greetings, traveler.
Greetings, traveler. Yeah, but instead of traveler, it was like, great.
Hey,
Hi, guys! A little bit of Festus from Fallout New Vegas as well, if you know that. A little bit of Festus in there.
Speaking of that, have you guys heard about the Outer Worlds?
The what?
The Outer Worlds. It's a video game code now. It's by Obsidian. It's basically Fallout New Vegas, but in space. How have you not heard about this? You mean like the biggest New Vegas fan?
What else is Obsidian made?
New Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that
Are
they a ZeniMax company?
I don't know.
No, I think they were working with Bethesda on that one.
Yeah.
Bethesda's owned by ZeniMax.
Isn't it the other way around?
Well, I'm gonna look it up. Meanwhile, let's talk about the Outer Worlds. Yeah, you should look up some videos and stuff like that.
I just know that whatever did Fallout 3 is to Bethesda as like Obsidian is to Bethesda as like Call of Duty have Treyarch and Activision. Like they have a big publisher, but there's like 2 different like studios almost that like make it.
That's kind of neat.
So like Fallout 3 and New Vegas and like so Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 were made by the same. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, no way!
What?
Xbox has them. Xbox Game Studios.
Because what?
They're their parent organization, Obsidian.
Obsidian
Oh, really?
of who?
Xbox Game Studios,
Yeah.
Obsidian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's,
Yep.
Wow. So they're just a Microsoft company.
They just, apparently back it last year. Last year.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's pretty. I mean, would they make it? They wouldn't make that exclusive for Xbox, would they? I sold my Xbox One.
Well, you can get it on PC.
They might make it just so that
You think my-
people can't.
you think my-
that seems.
You think my shitty little PC?
Oh, no, it says right here. They're putting up a PlayStation 4.
Okay, good. You
They're
think my
pretty-
shitty little laptop is gonna be able to
Non-exclusive?
run something beautiful like that? Because you know they. Oh my god. Although if it sucks, like here's the problem: is that space games.
No,
Like-
you don't actually fly in space. You're just on, like, a planet.
See, here's the
Dan,
thing.
are you still mad about New Sky?
No
No
Man's
Man's
No
Sky.
Man's Sky.
Yes, I am still very mad about No Man's Sky. I'm also kind of mad about Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, for
Because
real. That was supposed to be
3
a good game.
3, and I know a lot of people hated 3 because of the stupid story. I thought the story was beautiful.
After they released the DLC.
Yeah, whatever. I thought it was good at first. And still, the game, amazing. The multiplayer, probably one of the best multiplayers ever. I mean, it was so much fun. And, like, 3 was just, like, this masterpiece. And then, like, 4 came... not 4. Andromeda came out. And, I mean... Usually, I'm not, like, a big stickler on, like, graphics and texturing and stuff like that. But I mean, it literally on the PS4, like it was like there were parts where like it looked like an N64 game, and I was like, I cannot believe that this. I mean, it was still a good game. The storyline was a little bit underdeveloped. I mean, maybe it's just because like I'm comparing it to like Commander Shepard, and like Commander Shepard just has like that place in all of our hearts. But like, I don't know, like when Halo did ODST or Reach, like I thought ODST was amazing. Like you didn't need to have Master Chief.
Yeah, I loved ODST.
Wasn't the only like major complaint about that it was really short?
It was a different gameplay style too, because it was you could do like each missions COD, differently.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It was more like COD or more like doing like a Battlefield like campaign than doing,
because you could die way quicker.
Yeah.
I just remember watching the recordings of you playing Battlefield, and the one tell that you always had to know, this is Dan.
The rocket launcher.
Yeah, because the clip would always start with the person in a car, get out of the car, go to the trunk, pull out a rocket launcher, get back into the car, drive,
approximately
find somebody, launch the car at them, and then immediately launch a rocket at the car.
Wait, what is this?
This is Dan's special
Let's
breed
Plays?
of domestic terrorism in Battlefield.
It wasn't Let's Plays.
Or Battlefront, sorry. Was it Battlefront or Battlefield? Battlefield. It was so funny.
So
and the kills he would get were insane, because he would like find a rock, and he'd drive full speed towards it, get out the car would jump, and in midair just 7 kills.
Oh
so
my God.
me and Abraham used to play Battlefield Hardline together.
Yeah.
And literally, he used to tell me how shitty I was at the game, and I was like, "Yeah, well, watch this." And I would like just spawn in a car, get out, go back, pull out a rocket launcher. And, like, literally, there were, like, it was, like, 50 clips, each, like, 30 seconds long, of just me, and, like, half the time killing myself in the process.
These were your own teammates?
No, I was killing enemies.
Oh, well, that's
I would literally
cool.
drive around until I'd find an enemy. I'd find, like, just, like, 2 guys, like, just, like, chilling, like, doing whatever enemies do, like, whether they were walking or in a vehicle, or in, like, a vehicle or something. And like all of a sudden, like they would just get like straight up bamboozled, like. And I remember it used to piss Abraham off so much. He would just be like, "Oh my god, that's such trash," and I'd be like, but I mean, he would think it was funny too. But yeah, that was some funny. Oh my god, that was probably one of my favorite things to do in that game. It's like, because I play a lot of Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And we played, like, the World League. It's, like, me and a bunch of buddies from high school. And they always tell me, like, Dan, like, your challenges are really weird. So, like, a challenge is, like, when you have a gun, like, the other guy, like, whether you're going to go, like, and challenge them. Like, mine are very unorthodox. Like, the times where, like, you should, like, get behind the wall and, like, wait. Like, I'm usually just charging out there. And, yeah, like, a lot of the times leads to me getting killed. But, honestly, more than half the time, the other person's just not expecting that. And, I'm able to rush him and get him or whatnot. And it just leads to some funny moments. Yeah.
So, I was going to say, in, like, normal role-playing games, you have the Holy Trinity. You have the tank, the healer, and the DPS. What? Do you guys have, like, a certain, like, role that you typically play in role-playing games or anything like that? And what is that?
Who wants to go first?
Dan.
Yeah, I like playing tanks. Like Apex Legends, first character I picked was Gibraltar. I love Pathfinder now, but...
Yeah, because your hitbox went from crazy wide to not at all.
Well, they also gave you more health.
Yeah. But I mean, I typically am like the guy, the big one with the shield or the whatever. Like Overwatch, I like playing Reinhardt and Roadhog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that I typically like being the tank. If there's some way I can either absorb damage or protect others or something, that's typically like what I like to do.
Cool. Justin.
So, in that trinity.
Yeah.
Well, so D&D actually says it's a 4.
Oh, it is.
Here.
What's
What's
the 4?
So
yeah.
So the archetypes in D&D are let's see. So one of them is controller, and that's somebody who has area of effect spells.
Yeah.
Then there is the striker, which is somebody that's good at doing large quantities of damage to a single target. Let's see, there is the healer, then the type.
It's what, the tank?
And yeah, I think so. Then I think it's a tank. I think that's.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense. You got your crowd control, your DPS, your healing.
Yeah, so healing, and then there's two kinds of, but then controller time, because controller can also do things like, so druids are considered controllers too. They can also fill multiple roles, as can most spellcasters, but controllers kind of, so like a melee controller is like a in 4E where you had these like kind of maneuvers, or in 5E if it was like if you had Sentinel plus Polearm Master, and then the fighter that does the maneuvers, forget which one that is.
Yeah.
You can kind of make sure you're moving the characters around the map as you see fit, in addition to just doing straight up damage or healing, taking damage. But yeah, so I like DPS and controller.
Nice. Yeah, I'm always a healer. I realized it. I actually played Druid in World of Warcraft, and that's how I first realized it, because I was trying out different stuff, and I always liked the Druids in World of Warcraft because they were like heals over time, and I really like that kind of like concept of like continually like healing people and just kind of doing like little putting band-aids on like little people and stuff like that. So I think that's what kind of like, because I tried out all sorts of different stuff in World of Warcraft, and that's kind of like what I ended up being. So, and that kind of spread out to like other games I play. Like when I played Overwatch, I liked Zenyatta, even more so than Mercy. I thought Zenyatta was boss.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and in Apex, I play Lifeline, stuff like that. So it's just something I just generally like, just kind of like sticking to the back end, because everybody needs one, and they're usually like one of the ones that you're lacking on. And it fits really well into our group kind of dynamic. So, yeah, that's what I do. What about you, Maxim?
Well, I never really got onto like the Overwatch train and like those kind of stylized group dynamic games too much. Played a little bit of Apex, but I mean, it wasn't a lot. I don't know, whenever I was in a situation where I'd be playing those games, it would be... It's just someone telling me what to do, honestly. I don't know.
That's all cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool.
All right, topic master. Next topic.
Next topic, sure. Yeah. Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Or unless you think this is a good ending point to the show.
Okay. First, ending point to the show. How about we have one final question? What has been your favorite character you've ever played as in like a role-playing game? My personal favorite was actually, so when we did the starter campaign, it was actually the first character I played as died, and it was him. People would probably think it was the guy who I played after that, which I played a cleric who didn't believe in magic, but he was blessed by like Bahamut. Bahamut? Yeah.
Bahamut.
No. Bahamut, that's it. He was blessed by Bahamut by knowing that he was going and trying to do good. So he had Bahamut's like magic, but he never experienced like magic before because he lived on a small farm. So it was like him figuring out, but it wasn't that character. It was actually the character before him who died. He was a dwarf cleric. How am I forgetting his name?
Were you talking about Frank?
No, it wasn't Frank. It wasn't Frank.
Was it the guy that started with a D? Didn't his name start with a D?
I don't think so. Anyways, I'm blanking on his name.
Obviously, it's not
Willie
your
B?
favorite character then.
No, it wasn't. Willie B was great though. Sorry, I played a William Bertrand was a paladin I played once, who everybody called him Willie B instead as a nickname, and he hated it because he was like a lawful good paladin, and he didn't like nicknames, but everybody called him Willie B just to piss him off. No. I thought it was Rheingold. Wasn't it? You said it started with a D. Anyways, so it was a dwarf, and the reason why I liked him so much is because I played him like his main philosophy was it's gonna take 100 years before we become friends, and so everyone he meet, he's just like he like when he'd be a little bit too chummy with somebody, he'd just be like, oh, you're really cool, but we're not friends yet, we're just acquaintances. Give it some time. Like he would just stop and just be like, we're not friends, we're acquaintances. So I really like playing him because he was very like he would lose himself in kind of like becoming friends with someone and then quickly be like, no, we're acquaintances, we're not. Yeah, just kick back into reality for him. So anyways, Dan.
I would say my favorite character that I've ever played. I haven't played too many. It's gonna be a 3-way tie between my Star Wars Jabba the Hutt character, because I literally just made a hut on a floating platform, and I thought that was the funniest thing at the time. I don't know if anyone else thought it was funny, but I was so enthused with myself for having that idea that I just loved it. And I still am pretty enthused with myself at that idea. So, I mean, if that makes me selfish or an asshole, then whatever. The other character that I love playing with is my current character, Toshinori, based off of All Might from My Hero Academia, except for it's probably more like Goku.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically like a big Asimir that has like angel wings and beats people up with his fists.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoy playing as my cat, Carl, the Tabaxi Ranger.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Dan, who is your Carl character? Where did he come from?
I mean, he's my cat. I literally made my cat a character.
Yep.
I have a cat named Carl. He's big. He likes to be spanked.
What class was he, by the way?
Ranger.
He was a ranger, right?
Yeah.
He should have been a bard because he tried to seduce a dragon.
Yeah, he should have been a bard.
What did Carl do?
He tried. So.
By cat or by?
Yeah, did actual Carl do something?
I mean, he does try to get people to spank him, so he does try to seduce people into spanking him.
Yeah.
So.
I'm usually the one who.
Plus,
does
he
that.
sings a lot. He does like that noise a lot.
It's a great noise.
There is a.
I don't do it justice.
Yeah.
He's pretty cute, actually. I love him.
There's a green dragon named Venom Fang in the Lost Mines of Phandalin or Phandelver, the beginner's starting sets quest, and Carl tried to seduce that dragon.
Wow.
Successfully?
No.
Yes.
Very not successfully.
Yes.
It was not.
Yes, because
The dragon knocked you out.
Because she did, but we made up.
Did you?
And didn't we say that Carl ended up making it with her?
I think you said that.
That sounds like something you would say.
Oh. By the way, I remembered his name.
Love takes time.
It was Dragon. That was his name.
Told you.
Yep. So it was a D. So yeah.
Of course, it was a D.
So
anyways,
anyways,
I want to clarify
Justin,
something earlier that I said because it was wrong, kind of. So controller, defender, leader, and striker were the roles for D&D, but that was kind of more specifically for E. And then the roles were kind of the same, but place healer and leader were kind of the like characters that boost buffs. Also in that category.
That makes sense.
Nice.
And then defenders are any kind of high AC or high HP sort of character.
Justin, who's the favorite character? Who's your favorite character that you've ever played as?
They've all been so special. shitty answer.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, because it's easy.
It is easy, but come on, we all know who you're gonna pick.
Come on.
So
Remember the barbecue.
Aside from the answer, the Ulrich was one of my favorites. He was a haired half elf. Was a sorcerer and super insane.
Yeah,
And
in a good way.
That's my favorite.
He's my favorite. He
Remember
freed
the barbecue
robots. So, but he also kind of came from the same universe. If anybody is still listening at this point, that came with Yolanda, who is our goddess of life and chaos, or of chaos and creation.
Given you
I think
a
it is.
quest.
Yeah, chaos and creation. She's given us a quest, and
And
of course, my character doesn't believe that this is real. This is all just a stupid video game, and everybody's like, yeah. And I think Dan's just in the back drinking margaritas. Excuse me, trying not to curse.
And
I think in the back, Dan's drinking margaritas. So he's like, yeah, no, this is totally.
I'm in metagaming right now. Like, I'm totally, like, as an agent, like, I'm definitely, like, I'm living the good life. It's like that episode of South Park when they're like, yeah, back in Vietnam, we only had 5 roller coasters. Like, it's like that. Like, I'm painting this picture as, like, I'm, like, going through hell right now to be your agent. But, like, it's, like, hell as in, like, oh, I couldn't have a swimming pool and a hot tub. I only could have 2 hot tubs. Ugh. Damn.
Oh,
like,
man. So, side note about Yolanda, since Justin was talking about her. So, Ulrich, which is the character that Justin played, first made his debut. I think it was his first. No, he was before that as well. Anyways, in the campaign where we made the world together, yeah, and I DM'd for 2 years, that is where Yolanda was created as well. Yolanda was originally created when we had came up with different gods and goddesses of the world, and there was a nature god named Alonda. But one session, the name was misheard as Yolanda, and so thus spun the chaotic good goddess out of nowhere named Yolanda, who shows up, is very random and very meta. She even makes appearances in the current campaign that we're playing in Tomb of Annihilation, although she has no power in Faerun. In fact, like, just as in this world that Dan has come up with, she has no power here
the
either.
warm soda portal.
Yeah, she has limited use of powers depending on where she's at, but she is kind of like a mischievous, kind of chaotic good person.
Random sodas that I can pull from the... I came up with that shit, like, on the fly.
That was fantastic.
That I did not plan that shit. I was just like, yeah, random sodas. Like, at first I was like, I said Pepsi, then I said Mr. Pibb. I was like, what could be fun? Well, I guess it could be random sodas.
So yeah.
Alright,
cool. Well,
thanks for tuning in this week, everybody.
Yeah.
make sure you like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Make sure you tune in next week, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific.
Nice. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Thank everyone who watched, and enjoy the rest of your weekends.